and everyone over at BossBabes ATX. I just want to first thank you for offering this grant to women, to entrepreneurs and makers. I think what you're doing is an incredible gift that you're giving this community. So thank you for that. I'm Mollie. I'm a nutritional therapy practitioner, and I make products for Yoni Steaming. So like most women, I had terrible periods growing up. I had awful cramps. I would be nauseous and sick from them. I had mood swings. I had acne flares well into adulthood. And like most women, I was told this was normal. I just grew up with it. My mom had bad periods. Why wouldn't I? I just assumed that this was part of being a woman. And so I would go to my routine doctor's appointments and mention it, and I would always be told just to either take an Advil, or if it was bad enough, I could go on birth control. And I still see the same thing with my nutrition clients when they work with me on hormones and fertility. Even when they are actively trying to conceive, many of them are being told that their only options are to go back on birth control and hope things sort themselves out in a few months, or pay for some kind of assisted fertilization. Women just are not really being given any other options to care for themselves. But I've seen firsthand how simple practices like just eating real good food, reducing your stress, and doing practices like Yoni Steaming can not only help you relax, but truly improve your periods, improve your hormonal imbalance, and actually improve your fertility. And so there's 3 reasons right there why women in Texas and all over the country and the world need to learn more about Yoni Steaming. So as soon as I had started recommending steaming to my clients, I knew that there was a market for these products. They needed to know, where do I go to get a stool? Which stools are the best? Are there cushions that I can use with these? Which herb blends should I use? And so that's how the Yoni Steam shop was born. So right now the shop includes a raw pine stool in 2 different heights. I'm currently testing some natural wood dyeing techniques to offer color options, because if you can have color, why wouldn't you? I'm also offering stool cushions, so it's a little more comfortable. I've created a pattern that I'm very happy with, and I've started looking at some different fabric textures just to add that luxurious, relaxing, self-care kind of vibe that you get from Yoni Steaming. And at the end of July, I'll be launching the herbal line. So steaming on its own is incredibly powerful, but adding in herbal medicine on top of this just adds a much deeper layer of healing to the practice. So my mission with steaming is really to make Yoni Steaming as common as getting a massage, doing yoga, or meditating. I want it to be one of the ways that women can really practice self-preventative care. So the practice of Yoni Steaming is a new concept for us in the States. Not many people have heard of it, but it's actually been a traditional part of women's healthcare for thousands of years, all over the world. Steaming is documented in a midwifery textbook from like the Middle Ages in Italy. There's documentation from the missionaries who came to Hawaii. They observed women doing this practice of steaming. And there's still countries where steaming is very common even today. You can go to Korea, to India, to places in Africa, and steaming is very common. So I want women to know that they have options. We don't have to live with pain and infertility. We don't have to rely on medications for our self-care, for our reproductive health. I want women to know that we do have the power in our own lives to care for ourselves. So what the CraftHer grant would help me do is get the message out there. So doing in-person events here in Austin, doing online events, doing more paid advertising, but getting the message out to the women who need it in a much bigger way than I am now. And a big part of that, the financial grant would be incredible, but also the mentoring and coaching that is being offered by Melissa would be a game changer. Entrepreneurship, creative work in general is really just a series of obstacles and personal growth lessons that you have to overcome. So having someone who has been through this, who's a few steps ahead of me, to help would be an incredible opportunity. So thank you again, Melissa and Boss Babes ATX, for offering this kind of help to women. The work that you're doing is so, so needed, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.